Welcome everybody into this evening's broadcast. I'm Crossett alongside Mac Bailey and our third member of our crew, Owen Korzak. Thank you so much for joining us on a Thursday evening. The Maryland Terrapins women's basketball team is up against the Penn State Lady Lions. We'll throw it down to our third member of our team, Owen, who has more on this game.
Yeah, so this is going to be a game where Maryland comes in as the heavy favorite. Penn State is 1-11 over their past 12, and they have yet to win a game against a ranked opponent. Maryland comes into tonight ranked number 20, and Penn State, they may be shorthanded. Gracie Merkel, who leads the entire country in field goal percentage and is the second on Penn State in scoring, is questionable coming into tonight. She would be a huge loss for the Nittany Lions, who are extremely top-heavy. They get the majority of their scoring from Merkel, and then additionally Kiyomi McMiller, who averages over 20 points a game. She is from Silver Spring, Maryland, so a bit of a homecoming game for her. Merkel is not in the starting lineup. You would maybe expect that she does not play tonight. But Cam, this is going to be a game where, like I said, Maryland should be the heavy favorite. ESPN has them at almost a 98% chance of winning, and it's important that the Terps get out to a quick lead, maybe get to play some of their younger freshmen, some of their players who don't necessarily play the entire game. This team is extremely shorthanded themselves without Kayleen Schmeichel, Leah Bartelme, Ava McKinney, and Bree McDaniel. But this team certainly still has a lot of talent in Alucia Okonwa, Sailor Poffenbarger, and Addie Mack, and that's not even mentioning Yarden Vierzone. Should be a really good game for Maryland.
Yes, it should be, Owen. I'll welcome in my broadcast partner, Mac Bailey. First off, Mac, what are you looking for in this game this evening?
Yeah, I mean, Maryland, they came off a rough stretch, that 4-game losing streak. However, right now they're on a 2-game winning streak. They just beat Nebraska. I want to see them bring that physicality down low. They've been doing that a lot this whole season. Good job rebounding. And Cam, I really want to see Maryland try to take advantage of the moments Merkel won't be in the game. Get on the board with the rebounds, try to work down low, keep up the good shooting. I'm expecting a good game here tonight.
Yes, me as well. And one thing Terps are going to have to keep an eye on is Kiyomi McMiller, who scored back-to-back 30-point games at a career high, 37-point outing against Michigan State back on Saturday. When she gets inside the paint, she's very dangerous, so that's something the Terps have to watch out for. Now the other side for the Terps, what the Lady Lions have to look out for is Alucia Okonwa. Okonwa leads the Terps with 17.5 points per game. We'll take a look at the series matchup between these both squads. First off, the Terps lead the series 23-15. The last meeting was on January 29th of last year, with the Terps had an 82-73 victory. That's all here in the pregame. The lineups are being announced inside the Xfinity Center as we speak. We'll go over them right now. For the Lady Lions, they'll have 4 guards and 1 forward. The guards will be number 3, Mariah Murray, number 7, Victoria Ranisavljevic, number 19, Taya Cliente, number 14, Amaya Evans, and the forward will be number 23, Kiyomi McMiller. McMiller is the player to watch, averaging 20 points per game, and as mentioned previously, she had a 37-point performance against Michigan State back on Saturday. And on the Terrapins side of the field, they'll have their usual starting 5 with Addie Mack, Sailor Poffenbarger, Alucia Okonwa, Izzy Ozzy Mamadou, and Yarden Garzone. Thank you so much for joining us on a Thursday evening. It is Play for K night inside the Xfinity Center this evening. So the Terps will be wearing their home pinks, and the Lady Lions will be wearing the road black with pink trim.
Yeah, Cam, you brought it up. McMiller doing that against a ranked team like Michigan State, she's definitely on the radar now. And her and Merkel, those are 2 great players this Penn State team has. Although it may not show on the record, being 8-16, this Penn State team has a lot of talent, a lot of sneaky women who could come out, perform, and have a big night.
Yes, exactly. And something to look out for this evening. Tip-off will be upon us momentarily. Poffenbarger and Evans will have the tip. Referee holds up his hand and we're good to go. So the tip-off is upon us. Maryland's got it first. Addie Mack with possession at midcourt. Beyond the three-point line. Mack over to Poffenbarger in the corner, weaves around Evans, cross pass gets stolen away by McMiller. Penn State's out and running. Brandon Savljevic has it. Over to Cliente. Cliente tried to find Brandon Savljevic down low, but it was stolen. Addie Mack plays good defense there, gets the turnover for the Terps, back into the arms of Yarden Garzon and the Terps. She has Okanama to her left for a three, she's off. As the Terps get their own miss. Garzon sets for a three, she drains it. What a way to start off play for K-Knight for the Terps. Yarden Garzon with a three-pointer.
Garzon just scored her 1,500th point against Oregon a couple nights ago. So coming off strong, must be a good feeling.
Yes, it must be that. As Penn State's got it now, Evans in the paint. Evans to the rack, does not get it to go. Terps will get the rebound. Mack has it. Mack over to Poffenbarger. Weaves beyond the three-point line, shoots it, she's got it. Terps have a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, nice mid-range J there for Poffenbarger, as I was right behind the free throw line. And quickly, Cam, Maryland's up 5-0.
This is Penn State out and running now. There's a missed three by Rana Savljevic, as Terrapin's got it. Poffenbarger put it up. Not a good look, but coming home with the rebound is Mamadou. And the and-one opportunity for Izzy Ozzy Mamadou. In this last game against Nebraska, Ozzy Mamadou had 16 rebounds. She'll look to improve that performance this evening.
Yeah, Mamadou doing it down low, as now she's at the line to shoot one. Possible three-point play here for Maryland, as they're off to an early 7-0 run. So the shot's up for Mamadou as she drains it, converts the three-point play, making it 8-0 with 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Penn State bringing it down, trying to get it down low to the newly checked in Merkel, who lays it up. It was just too easy for her down low there, Cam.
Yes, as Gracie Merkel checked into the game for the Lady Lions. She was a number 44, a 6'6" center for Penn State. Averages 19.5 points per game on the season.
Yeah, right there, jump ball was forced. Garzon hit the ground, so it's gonna be Penn State ball. A lot of contact there, no call. However, Penn State trying to break this lead down a little bit, deficit, as it's 8-2 Maryland leads.
Penn State's got it now. Cliente spins in the paint, can't get it to go. As the Terps have it now, Mack out in transition. Mack beyond the three-point line. Stops, shoots. Her shot is off. As Merkel had a hand on it, was looking for the rebound, but that ball went out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like that was tipped out by Okinawa. So we're going to have another person checked in here for Penn State. Number 8, Nyla McFadden comes in.
McFadden, a 6-foot first year from Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Looks like McFadden checked in for Mariah Murray. She's going to have some time on the bench here.
Penn State's got it. Cliente with possession, was looking for McFadden down low, but couldn't find her as that ball goes out of bounds, and that's a turnover for the Lady Lions.
So a bit of a sloppy start so far for Penn State, shooting 25% from the field. Not much scoring yet for them as they only have 2 points 3 minutes in this game.
As McMiller put up a shot and that didn't go. As the Terps have it now, Garzone out to Mack. Back to Garzone, who spots up for another three. It's off the front of the rim. Penn State's got it. Out running with it was Cliente, who put it up and couldn't get the shot to fall. As Maryland has it now. Garzone over to Mack. Spots up for a three. A little too strong on that one. As Mack misses. Penn State out and running now. Cliente, excuse me, that was McMiller who put it up. That didn't go. As Poffenbarger from a deep three, doesn't go.
A lot of misses right here, Cam. See if one team could get one to fall.
We shall see. Murray has it. Over to Cliente down low, who gets it to go.
Yeah, that was a nice scoop layup there from Cliente with the left hand to make it an 8-4. Maryland leads.
O'Connor now with possession for the Terps is foul down low.
Yeah, it looked like a moving pick there as it's going to be a turnover for Maryland. Big group substitution here for Maryland. As it looks like Wilson, McLean, and Kendall Walker check in for Maryland. As Santana comes in for Penn State.
Yeah, Rady Wilson coming off a career-high 13 points against Nebraska. As Murray's got it for Penn State. Cross pass in the corner to McFadden, who drains it. Yep. And all of a sudden, this is a one-point ball game. The Terps put up a shot. That didn't go. Cleaning up the misses, McLean, she gets it to go. Terps with a 10-7 lead.
Three there for Murray, no good, but Merkel down low, cleans it up with the second chance. Maryland still leads it, however, 10-9.
Maryland's got it. McLean with possession. Out to Poffenbarger. Back to McLean, who's got it. Nice easy jumper for McLean. So it's a 12-9 Maryland advantage. McMiller had possession, but travel call.
Yeah, right there, that's a double dribble, as there's going to be a timeout on the floor. So right now, Maryland leads it 12-9 against the Lions with 4 minutes and 27 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Cam, what have you liked so far in this game from Maryland?
Well, they started off strong with a deep three from Yarden Garzone to start things off. But then Maryland has just gone cold. But we'll send it down to our sideline reporter, Owen Korzak, who has more.
Yeah, so this Maryland team, it's been a little bit of an up-and-down season. They started off the season really good and included a historic performance against Delaware State, where the Terps gave up the least amount of points in program history. But once conference play started, the season started to shift a little bit. They fell to Illinois, and then on January 18th, they began a 4-game slide where they dropped to UCLA number 3, number 10 Iowa, number 25 Washington, and Oregon, which was a tie for the longest consecutive losing streak in Brenda Fries's tenure here at Maryland. But since then, Maryland has gained Rainey Wilson, a freshman guard from Wisconsin, who's been absolutely lights out for the Terps. Since she's been back, Maryland has looked much more like they did early in the season. She's put up double-digit points in both games, and she's somebody that the Terps are going to clearly need to continue to perform at a high level if they want to make a deep run, not only in the Big Ten tournament, but in March Madness. Terps are looking good so far. It was a hot start. Obviously, they went up 8-0. Since then, Penn State is on a 9-3 run. So when Merkel came in, Penn State certainly started to settle in. But Maryland, a conveniently timed foul by Yarden Garzone. They get a chance to regroup at the media timeout. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this quarter plays out.
Yes, thank you so much, Owen. And as Owen was talking about, Maryland is starting to find their footing again. As Coach Freeze calls it, we're in the month of February, so she calls it February fresh. That's the mindset for the Terps heading into this month. And this, being this third game of February, already having 2 wins. We'll see what happens tonight, but things are looking good so far for the Terps in the month of February.
Yeah, Cam. I mean, this is a big game. If you're trying to get on a win streak, back in that win column, 3 games, small streak, but it's something after a 4-game losing streak. You need any confidence, any momentum before we get into March. Come playoff time, Maryland has to be in that win mode.
Correct. As out of the timeout, Maryland has possession. Walker with it. Puts it out to Poffenbarger, has Wilson in the corner. Wilson weaves around one Penn State defender. Can't get it to go. Terps have it back. That ball did go out of bounds at the last second.
Yeah, I mean, as Owen brought up, Wilson's been getting a lot more minutes here in the second half of the season, coming off her career high last game. Just checked in. Poffenbarger pulls up with the mid-range, no good. Fight for the loose ball as it goes out of bounds. It will go Penn State way.
As Owen mentioned, Penn State, since Merkel's been in, they've been playing better this game. Now just trailing by 3. Penn State with possession now. Puts up a shot. That was Victoria Santana.
Yeah, right there at the end of that, gave a little hip check to McLean. Maybe a chance at a transition take foul. No, they'll just say inbound. And maybe some frustration there from Santana after the erred pass, trying to get it down low to Merkel.
Maryland's got it now. Poffenbarger with possession. Over to Okanaba in the paint. Was going towards the basket, dropped it off to Walker to her left, out in the corner in Okanaba. To the left of the basket, foul called on McFadden for Penn State.
Yeah, that's going to be Penn State's 4th team foul with 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Looks like it's actually going to be the 3rd team foul.
In the corner, it was Wilson who loaded up, and she's got it.
Yeah, the long corner 2 there from Wilson, as it's good, giving Maryland a 5-point lead once again.
McMiller from 3-point range, she sinks it. It cuts the deficit to 2, 14-12, Terps advantage. Poffenbarger's got it out to Okanaba. As down low, it was
looked like McLean there.
Clean.
Wasn't able to get it off the glass. Now McMiller pushes and scores the midi on the right-hand side, and just like that, it's a tie game.
Penn State capitalizing on Maryland's miss. As the Terps have it now. Penn State playing good defense. They're able to get the turnover. Clemente for 3 off the front of the rim. So the Terps have it now. Wilson is guarded by Clemente. Out to Walker. Has Okanaba to her left. Okanaba to McLean. Puts it up and it's good. Near McLean. It's the Terps a 16-14 lead. Just over 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
Yeah, McLean coming off the bench already with 6 points in 3 minutes. So she's making her presence known early in this one.
Murray's got it. Over to McFadden for a 3. Rattles around the rim and off. So Walker's got it for the Terps. Over to Okonowa. Down low, puts it up with the right hand. She was fouled in the process.
Yeah, for the last 2 minutes straight, Cam, it's been a lot of back and forth basketball, one possession for each team. Really fast paced, but now we get a minute to pause, take a deep breath, as Okonowa is going to be at the line to shoot 2.
See what Okonowa can do here. The Terps up 2. She's off on that one.
Yeah, newly checked in Garzone and Mamadou come back into this one for the Terps, as they have 3 of the 5 starters in.
And Okonowa misses the second one, so the score remains 16-14. Cleaning up the miss was Wilson for a 3. That one's off, as Penn State will get possession. Minute 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Lady Lions have it at midcourt. Over to Clemente. To McMiller, who's looking for Merkel down low. She finds her. Merkel is fouled, and she'll have a chance at 2.
Yeah, Merkel down low is just a beast. I mean, she had 3 Maryland defenders on her. Just put it up. It was too easy for her, as now she's at the line with a possible 3-point play and a chance to give Penn State their first lead of the game with 1 minute and 17 seconds to go. So Cam, Merkel being in this game has caused a huge difference in what we have been seeing.
Yes, it has. And listening into an interview the other day with head coach Carolyn Keeger of Penn State, she was saying when Merkel's in the game, their style of play is different than when she's not, and we can see that's evident here this evening.
And just like that, Merkel making the free throw, checks out. However, it's now 17-16, Penn State leads with 1 minute and 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Garzone's got possession for the Terps. Over to Poffenbarger. Poffenbarger still has possession, puts it up, doesn't get it to fall. As Penn State's got it now. McMiller. Pass it out to Clemente. Clemente down low to Evans, who couldn't finish it off.
That's a tough miss there for Evans.
40 seconds to play. Spinning in the paint is Walker, drawing contact. And it was a foul, offensive foul on Walker.
Yeah, Walker there just led with her elbow a little too much, as it's going to be a charge. Penn State brings back in Merkel and number 3, Mariah Murray. So with 39 seconds left, 9-second shot clock, game clock difference. Let's see what Penn State does here.
Penn State with the lead. 30 seconds to play in the first half. McMiller was just doing a little too much, as Maryland will take over with possession. That is now the Lady Lions' 5th turnover.
Yeah, that's back-to-back offensive fouls from both sides, as there's 5 team fouls now for Penn State, 3 for Maryland, as we're going to see another substitution here for Penn State. Merkel steps out as Maya Evans comes in, as well as Shaylin Steele.
Mack with possession for the Terps at half court. It's 15 seconds to embark us here in the first quarter. Mack looking for a lane. Terps trailing by 1 with 10 on the shot clock. Flips it out to Okonowa in the corner. She's off. As Penn State will get possession now. At the buzzer, McMiller for a long 3. She's off. As the Terps trail by 1 heading into the second quarter. What do the Terps need to do to get the lead?
Yeah, right now the offense has been a little bit slow, Cam. They went off that hot start, scoring threes back to back. We saw that slow down a little bit. Merkel come in for Penn State. They started stepping up the offense, now have the lead 17-16. So Cam, I want to see Maryland get a little bit more physical down low, try to get some stops and come out with a victory. As that does it for the first quarter, we'll be back for the second. As we get set to get started here for the second quarter, Owen has some notes from the first quarter.
Yes, so as we know, Maryland is trailing by 1 point to Penn State. A really shocking finish to the first quarter. Strong 8. And I mentioned it at the break. Reese is one of the best players in the country at the center position. She leads the entire country in field goal percentage. She's second on this team in points per game. And we really saw that once she got onto the floor, Penn State was a completely different team. They held Maryland scoreless the final 2:14 of the first quarter, and the Terps find themselves in unfamiliar position going into quarter number 2.
Thank you, Owen. As Mamadou gets the scoring started here for Maryland with a layup on the left block to make it an 18-17 game. As Clayant has it, driving right side, the scoop lays up, and it's good with the right hand. Smooth finish there for Clayant to give Penn State the 1 point lead. Now Maryland with it. Garzone setting a screen over for Akinawa. Down low, pass gets deflected into the hands of Penn State. Penn State now trying to push left corner. Tries to feed it into Merkel. Merkel gets it stripped away, and Mack has it all by herself. Gets the layup to fall.
That was good vision there by Mack as she went right to the basket and put it home.
So McMiller with it. McMiller has had sort of a slow start after her big performance with 37 points against Michigan State. It's Poffenbarger on her, receives a screen. McMiller kicks it out. Clayant, the left corner three's up, no good. Rebound Maryland into the hands of Poffenbarger. Now Maryland trying to push. Garzone picks up her dribble, and it looks like she travels.
Unfortunate there for the Terps, as they had a really good look there down low and just couldn't finish it off.
Yeah, things like that kill you in a game. Empty possessions. As the score is 20-19, Maryland leads with 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Steele with it. Now gets it over to McMiller. McMiller now to Clayant. Clayant trying to make a move on Mack. Picks up her dribble And that's going to be a travel right there. She just picked up her pivot foot, tried to make a move look like some street ball, as it's a turnover for Penn State. So far, some sloppy basketball by both sides here to start the second quarter. Maryland trying to get their feet settled. Mack gets it over to Garzone on the right wing. Garzone now over to Poffenbarger, top of the key, swings it over to Mamadou. Now back to Mack. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Okinawa's gonna have to do something. Down low, Mamadou, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Mamadou down low, kicks it out. The three's up, no good. Offensive rebound for Mamadou, but it looks like it's gonna be a jump ball. A lot of contact there, Cam. It looked like Mamadou was trying to rip that out the hands of the Penn State defender. However, the jump ball was called, so it'll be going Penn State way.
Yeah, I think Mamadou, she was just really frustrated with that, with not putting it up, passing it instead, and I think frustration just was the first thing that came to her mind as she had a hard foul underneath the basket.
So McMiller with it, trying to make a move. The shifty guard, getting to her spot off the glass, no good, but Merkel's there. The putback, no good. A lot of contact, Maryland breaks free. Mack now on the break, trying to take it herself. She goes up with the tough leg, no good. Still loose, Okinawa has it, and she gets it to go. Wow, what a possession there for Maryland.
That was good vision there by Okinawa.
McMiller now with the deep three. That was from the Xfinity Center logo, Cam. And just like that, it's all tied up, 22 apiece.
Penn State is not letting go easily. They are all over that Maryland defense.
So Okinawa has it. Now gets it over to Mack. Mack left wing, trying to space it out. Now over to Okinawa. Okinawa down low with the left-hand lay. Gets it to go.
Yeah, good vision there by Okinawa. She had a lane to the basket. She took advantage of it.
And down low on the other end, McMiller gets a floater to go. So we're seeing raining buckets right now, Cam. As it's now 24-24 with 6 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the first half. Mack picks up her dribble, gets caught in a tough spot, finds McLean. McLean now over to Okinawa. She goes up, gets fouled. Let's see if this one was in the air or on the ground. We're going to have a substitution here. It's going to be a shooting foul for Maryland. Number 8, Kendall Walker comes in. As Okinawa is at the line to shoot 2. Okinawa's first shot is good to make it a 25-24 game. Second shot's up and good, so Okinawa goes 2 for 2 and then checks out as Rainey Wilson will check in for her. 26-24, your Terps lead it here. As number 3, Murray has it. Murray now gets over to McMiller. McMiller, top of the key, tries to scoop it down low. She can't find anyone. Turns it over. Now Maryland the other way. A lot of contact, no call. Loose ball, and it looks like Clayon comes out with it. Clayon tries to get it over to Murray, and the pass goes out of bounds. So some sloppy possessions there for Penn State as they have back-to-back turnovers, trying to move a little too quick. So the newly checked in Walker with it. Now gets it over to Poffenbarger. Down low, shots up, and it's good. Mamadou with the layup on the right side to give Maryland a 4-point lead. McMiller trying to get in her bag here. Being guarded by Walker. Now gets it over It's Murray with it. Now Cleon, left corner. Cleon finds number 8 there. That's Nyla McFadden with the mid-range pull-up at the free throw line to make it 28-26 Terps lead. And right there, Poffenbarger trying to find her teammate in that right corner, just threw it over her head. So Maryland with the timeout. Owen with some quick notes.
And this game is kind of reminding me of what we saw from Maryland early in the season. A lot of really close games to inferior competition. Games like George Mason, Georgetown, Towson. Those were games that were really close in the first half, and Maryland started to pull away in the second half. And this kind of seems like one of those games. You know, you're seeing scoring from all over the place. You've seen Rainey Wilson get involved, Sarah Poffenbarger get involved, Mia McLean off to a fantastic start, 3 for 4 from the field. And then Izzy Ozzy Mamadou, 3 for 3 from the field with an and one. She's the leading scorer with 7 points for the Terps. I'm not sure many people had that on their bingo card. But yeah, Maryland, the star power of Penn State has just been too much so far. McMiller is 4 for 8 from the field, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc. She has 10 points, and then Merkel has 7 off the bench. She looks like she's on a little bit of a pitch count tonight. She's recovering from injury. She was questionable coming into tonight. Wasn't sure if she was going to play. Ends up playing, and she's made her presence felt. Maryland, what they need to do is they need to stop Penn State from scoring in the paint. They are absolutely drilling them right now. Merkel, a big reason for that. But then when Merkel's not on the court, they're just taking full advantage. Penn State is 3 of their last 3. And McMiller is absolutely killing them from the three-point line. She hit a shot that was practically from the logo. Expect to see a lot of Kendall Walker in the second half. She's one of the Terps' best defenders, and if Maryland finds themselves in a close game, they're going to want to limit McMiller.
Thank you, Owen. As you said it, it's been McMiller and Merkel for Penn State. They've been killing it on the offensive side. I also want to point out, Cam, Maryland has not been having the best offensive performance to start this game. They're 1 for 10 from three-point land. If they want to win this game, they got to step it up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And they're also just 12 or 28 from the floor, and that's unlike the Terps. And they got to get things going. They got to start here in the second quarter before halftime reaches, because things are not the way they used to be for the Terps. And I'm sure that's very unsettling and unnerving for the Terps, especially Coach Freeze, who's trying to emphasize just to find the basket, especially down low. They have the pieces, they just have to finish it off.
So coming out of the timeout, Maryland still has the lead, 28-26. However, ever since that 4-minute mark in the first quarter, it's been a completely different ball game, a much closer game, as Penn State has been battling back. We've been seeing in this second quarter some more sloppy possessions, both teams trying to get on a little bit of a run, just turning it over. Let's see if Maryland comes out of the timeout with a new game plan, maybe trying to slow things down to their rhythm and get into their mode.
Just under 5 minutes to play till half. Terps with a 28-26 lead.
So it'll be Penn State ball after the turnover from Poffenbarger, as McMiller has it in the backcourt. Bringing it up, full court press here from Walker. McMiller with it, now gets it over to Murray. Murray with Garzone on her. Murray trying to make a move. Still at the top of the key. Now finds Cleon. Cleon turns it over. Here comes Maryland. Okonowa with it, taking it all herself. Gets it to go off the glass. The left-handed layup makes Maryland up by 4.
That was an absolutely beautiful vision by Okonowa. Gets the strip, finds the lane to the basket, weaves to her left, puts it up, and it goes.
Cleon with her own scoop layups. Good. Tough move there for her to make it back to a 2-point game. So now Okonowa with it, gets it down low to Mamadou. Mamadou looks like her shot got blocked there from Merkel, as it's now going to be Penn State ball. McMiller with it, trying to make a move on Wilson, receives the screen from Merkel. McMiller pulls up for the mid-range, and gets the friendly bounce to go to tie this game back up 30 apiece with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Penn State is not going away as they're able to tie this game up at 30 apiece.
As Mamadou had it down low, she had a mismatch, however, she shuffled her feet just a little too much. Gets called for the traveling violation, and it's going to be Penn State ball. So we've been seeing the turnover numbers increase here. Maryland now has 10 turnovers here in the first half.
Yeah, and that's another thing that, the Terps aren't used to doing. And a lot of firsts for the Terps so far in this first half. And, obviously Penn State's doing a great job down low and defensively keeping this a tie ball game.
Murray down low to Merkel. It's too easy. Once you get it down low to Merkel, it's almost automatic.
Yep, and there's a reason Merkel averages 19.5 points per game. She is so good down low.
So Penn State now with the lead. Maryland trying to fight back. Walker with it, pulls up with the mid-range shot. That's going to be far left as Penn State gets the long rebound. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half. Merkel with it down low, being guarded by Poffenbarger. Backing her down, goes up with the layup. She's just too strong.
Poffenbarger couldn't do anything on that possession. Merkel is just pushing her into the paint, just so far back that there's nothing you can do.
So now, what do we have here? It looks like a 3-second violation called on Penn State. McFadden, the one getting called for it. Oh no, they called the foul there. Thought that was a 3-second for a moment. However, just a personal foul on the floor. So Maryland inbounding. McLean with it, newly checked in. Now down low, Poffenbarger with the mismatch, kicks it out. Wilson trying to make a move, pulls up, gets the mid-range shot to go. That's a tough move there on the left side of the basket. Maryland gets some offense. McMillan now gets it over to Clayon. Clayon driving right side, now kicks over to Murray. Murray on that right wing, trying to make a move on Wilson. Wilson steals it away. One-on-one with Murray. Wilson goes up, no call. As it goes out of bounds, staying Maryland way. Looks like Murray was able to get a tip on that. Good tracking down from her, as that looked like an open layup.
McMiller calling for the athletic trainer, as I believe it was Murray who was pushed by Wilson at the last minute and into the media to the right of the basket, as she might have tripped over a camera operator. We'll have to see, but that's going to force us into an injury timeout with a minute and 42 seconds left. Just keep it right here on WMUC Sports. We'll be back.
So coming out of the injury timeout, Murray was helped back to the bench, as it'll be Maryland basketball under the basket. Maryland trails 34-32 against the Lady Lions. As we're going to see Okinawa come back into the game for Maryland, replacing Rainey Wilson. The ball is into Poffenbarger. Poffenbarger on the left wing, gets her pass tip, gets it right back, however. Now McLean with it, pulls up with the midi. It's good from the free throw line to tie it up, 34 apiece.
Nothing but string music for McLean there. She ties it up.
A minute and 20 seconds to go here in the first half. As the shot's up, no good from the left corner. That was Ranisavlich. Now Poffenbarger has it. Gets it to Walker, top of the key, back to Poffenbarger. Poffenbarger trying to go down low. One more, Poffenbarger. Right wing three, butter.
That was a beautiful pass down low. McLean read it well. She knew she wasn't going to get her shot off. She tossed it out to Poffenbarger, who absolutely nailed it.
Maryland now on a 7-0 run as they have a 3-point lead. McMiller trying to make a move. Over two defenders, can't get the mid-range to fall. 38 seconds to go. Maryland is going to slow things down for the moment. Poffenbarger left wing. Can't get back-to-back threes to go. 2 seconds separating the game and shot clock. McMiller gets it over to that left corner. No good. Maryland can now hold for the final shot. That was Rennie Salviich who took that left corner three for Penn State. So with 13 seconds, Walker has it for Maryland. Walker now gets it over to McLean. Now Okinawa. Okinawa down low, loses it. 4 seconds on the clock. She still has it. She has to put it up. She does, and gets fouled with 1.7 seconds on the game clock. So Okinawa with a bit of a bailout as she was trapped by 3 Penn State defenders.
Yeah, we'll see if she can make her free throws here. She's able to capitalize on the last time, going 2 for 2 with her last attempt.
Let me come back.
So Okinawa, second time at the free throw stripe. So first one goes in and out. So 1.7 seconds on the clock. That's plenty of time for Penn State to get a shot off to end this first half. As Okinawa trying to get down her free throw. She does to make it 38-34 Maryland. Ball in. The shot's up. The one-handed heave, no good from Rennie Salviich. And that does it for the first half here at the Xfinity Center. Your Terps lead it 38-34 against the Lady Lions. Mac Daly, Cam Crossett on the call. We will see you for the second half.
Xfinity Center alongside Mac Bailey and Owen Korzak. I'm Ken Crossett as Maryland has a 38 start third quarter play. We'll send it down to Owen Korzak.
Yeah, and the back half of that second quarter was what we really remember Maryland basketball for. The box score looks a lot more familiar. Alucci Okonowo leading the team with 9 points. Sayla Poffenbarger leading the team in rebounds and assists with 6 and 3 respectively. And Maryland closed out that second half on an 8-0 run. Penn State did not score for the final 2:34, and I think that we'll see a lot more of that in the second half. I think that Maryland will likely see some adjustments coming out of the second half. I think you're going to see a big half out of Mira McLean and Izzy Ozzy Mamadou, who are going to be locked in on Gracie Merkel. And I think that you will be seeing Kendall Walker a bit, especially if Maryland starts to pull away. They're going to want somebody to kind of neutralize Mick Miller, and Walker's one of the best defensive guards in the Big Ten.
Thank you so much, Owen. As the Terps will have possession coming out of the halftime break. Okonomo's got it. Cross pass to Poffenbarger. Down low to Mamadou, who's guarded by Merkel. Flips it out to Okonomo with a right-handed hook. Doesn't go as Okonomo falls out of bounds. As that ball will go out of play as Penn State will get possession. The inbound off of Rena Salviovic. Put it out to Merkel as Clayant has it at midcourt. Clayant guarded by Mack in the corner. She has Rena Savljevic down low to Merkel. Couldn't connect.
See, that's what Maryland has to do more. I like what Addie Mack did on the backside on Merkel. Merkel tends to bring the ball down before she lays it up, so maybe just try to swipe down, poke it out of bounds, disrupt the play.
Exactly, and
as McMiller gets the jumper to go. McMiller's been having herself a night with 14 points, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3.
As Mack has it for Maryland, over to Poffenbarger. Poffenbarger, guarded by Clayant. Poffenbarger was looking for Mack, but it was stolen away by McMiller. The Lady Lions are out and running to the rack. Goes Clayant as she couldn't finish it off. Excuse me, that was Santana who was looking to finish it off, and the foul called, I believe, on Yarden Garzone, and she is looking rather like she doesn't know what's going on because
some confusion here. I mean, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe on the rebound, her arm, but I didn't see much contact. I mean, looking at the big board after.
Yeah, I mean, showing it up here in the Jumbotron inside the Xfinity Center now, and it looked to me here that it was all ball and no contact, and Garzone also is agreeing with us up here in the booth, and we'll see what the call is. As they will go to the monitor and look at it. We'll see if Garzone did indeed get all ball, or did she get a little arm in there too.
Yeah, I mean, coming into the second half, Cam, what do you want to see Maryland do more of to finish this game out?
I mean, I think one player that's got to get it going is Ozzy Mamadou. I mean, she's limited to 7 points in the first half, and when she has possession down low in the paint, she's able to finish it off. She's also an excellent rebounder, and if they can get her in the right positions just to rebound the basketball, they'll be in a much better place down the stretch. And another player I would like to see get going is Addie Mack. She's limited with only 2 points so far. As we know, when she gets going, you know, there's no stopping her. So we'll see what Brenda Fries is able to call up in the huddle. And just those are my keys as we head into the second half. So we will take a quick break here on WMUC Sports. Keep it right Oh, our zone is Penn State. We'll get it. Excuse me, to get back into this one by 2. Your thoughts on the call, Mac?
Yeah, I mean, Cam, to be honest, I didn't see much on the Jumbotron, maybe a slight elbow, but really I thought it was more of a play on the ball. I didn't see too much extracurricular there. Tough call for Maryland, however, they got to get a stop here on Penn State.
Out of the foul call there, drains the 3 is Victoria Santana. Gets it to go as the Lady Lions have a 39-38 lead. Our zone's got it now. Over to Mamadou. Those two couldn't connect. Mamadou falls short. Good vision by Okonawa. She's there to pick it up. Over to Garzone in the corner. She sinks it from 3-point range. Yarden Garzone extends the Terrapin lead to 41-39. Penn State. Maryland's got it. Mack spins in the paint, puts it up. It rails around the front of the rim. Poffenbarger read it well. She cleans up the miss. She's got it. She spots up for a 3. That goes. Back-to-back threes for the Terps, and they're rolling. Coming out of the halftime break. 44-39 our score.
Yeah, you love to see it. Maryland now getting hot from deep as it's now a 5-point lead, 44-39.
Penn State looking to quiet the Xfinity Center crowd, and they can't do it as Maryland out and running on transition. Okonawa to the rack. She's got it. Maryland quickly on a 8-0 run.
And Penn State's going to need a timeout, Cam.
And Maryland is 8-0 run under 50 seconds. Exceptional abilities from the Terps as they're able to get back into this one and extend that lead. We'll send it down to Owen Korzak, who has more.
Yeah, and you guys touched on it during the game, but this was a rough start in the second half for Maryland. The Terps came into the second half up 38-34, and Penn State actually took the lead. They were up 39-38, but that door was closed practically immediately. Back-to-back threes by Yarden Garzone and Sailor Poffenbarger, and then obviously the finish just now by Alucci Okonawa gave the Terps a 7-point lead, an 8-0 run over the final past 49 seconds. And this is exactly what the Terps needed. They needed a momentum shift, and it looks like that Garzone 3 was that. And it'll be interesting to see how the final 7:33 play out here. Penn State using a timeout, trying to collect themselves. And it's been a little bit of everything for the Terps. I mean, obviously we had the back-to-back threes, but then Okonawa attacking the paint, which has been the Terps' kryptonite as of late. They've actually been doing a much better job shooting from the mid-range than they typically are. And it's good to see that Maryland is responding.
Back for that sideline report. Now back to us up here in the booth is Maryland with a 46-39 advantage. No, they're playing fairly well, especially in the past 49 seconds. But what do you want to see in the rest of the third quarter, Mac?
Yeah, really what I've seen so far, Cam, is the ball movement coming out of halftime has been a lot better. They've been able to space the floor a lot more, getting open shots. They didn't have much of that in the first half. A lot of them felt contested, a little forced. But right now, Maryland is able to beat Penn State on the passes. The reason they have the 7-point lead.
That's exactly right. And I touched on this in the open, but Penn State was in it against Michigan State, but they kind of fell flat and ran out of gas in that second half. And we'll see what happens down the stretch, but Maryland just come out firing. And Penn State has to keep the intensity up, because if they don't, this is going to be a not so close game as it is right now. As both teams will head back onto the court. Penn State will get the inbound. Santana's got it. Cross pass to Clayant. Clayant guarded by Mack. Near midcourt. Clayant goes to her left, back to her right. And foul called.
Yeah, it looked like Mack got a hand in the cookie jar. It's going to be Clay on with a side out.
As Penn State will get possession. Clay out with it. Around Mamadou. Steps back.
5 seconds on the shot clock. McMiller's got to move.
Clay out, lost possession of it as Maryland defense came in at the last second. Mamadou over to Garzone down low. After all that, the ball goes out of bounds. It was last touch by a Lady Lions, so Maryland will get possession. Steele with a foul. Excuse me, Steele substituted. As the ball back in the Terps' hands as Max got it at half court. Over to Okanwa. Okanwa, hard pass to Poffenbarger, but they were not in sync there as that ball goes out of bounds and back to the hands of Penn State.
Yeah, Cam, it's those forced passes that's been killing Maryland, and right there we saw it, Poffenbarger trying to get it down low to Okanwa. Just a little too much mustard on that one. So Maryland turns it over.
McMiller out in transition for Penn State. She settles things down. She has Steele to her left. Steele picks up the ball, looking for her first points in the game. Just as I say that, it's stolen away by Maryland. Out and running is Mack to the rack. Can't get it go. As a foul called, as Addie Mack will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, that was some great defense there from Okinawa. Getting the steal, and now Mack at the line to shoot two. Try to build on this Maryland lead.
See what Mack can do here. First one rattles in and out. Mack was looking for her first free throw attempt this evening. She gets a second to go. Her total is 1 for 2 at the line. As McMiller's got it for Penn State. Guarded by Okanwa. McMiller to her right. Was looking in the corner for Santana, who can't get it to go. Santana cleans up her own miss. Over to Steele, down low, cross pass. Was looking for McFadden. It was stolen away by Mack as the Terps are out and running. Okanwa, Euro step to the basket. She's got it! Oluchi Okanwa makes this a 10-point game, 49-39.
Shifting and drifting there for Okanwa as she gets the Euro to fall. McMiller on the other end pulls up from the free throw line to sink it.
Garzone with possession. Over to Addie Mack. Poffenbarger's got it over to Mack. Mack flips it out to Poffenbarger to her right. Cross pass to Garzone for three. Off the front of the rim. Okanwa cleaning up the miss, getting the rebound. As Mack has it. And extends this lead to 12. Back up to 10. 51-41.
Yeah, Mack there showing off the razzle-dazzle with the behind the back. Got to her spot. So Miller launches that one well off. Rebound Maryland.
Terps out and running. Mamadou down low, can't get it to go. Rebounding the basketball again of the Terps. Garzone for three. She's got it again. Yarden Garzone with her third three-pointer of this game. And that forces Carolyn Keeger and Penn State Lady Lions to call a timeout as Maryland is all over the Nittany Lions now 54-41. Just under 5 minutes to play as we head into a media timeout.
Yeah, Cam. Maryland right now is on a 16-2 run in the last 3 minutes and 45 seconds. You may be asking, what's changed? It's the three ball. Maryland has been able to get open looks. Garzone has some threes to her name. They are moving the ball much better here in the second half, leading to them breaking out against Penn State with a 13-point lead. Cam, this is what you want to see from Maryland. This is the Maryland you expect. The number 20 ranked team in the Big Ten, showing off why they are in the position they are.
Yes, that's exactly right. And Maryland is coming out firing here in the second half, and I can confidently say that now they're finding their footing. You know, in the first half they had some issues, but they've got it rolling right now. As Penn State's got possession now. At midcourt is McMiller. McMiller guarded by Okanwa. McMiller puts up the shot. She's got it to go. As Keani McMiller will stop the scoring drought for Penn State is 54-43. And on the other side, Maryland misses an opportunity to extend that lead. Penn State roll it. They got possession down low, flips it, and it's a foul called. Penn State will go to the line.
Yeah, really, Merkel's been quiet here in the second half. We haven't seen her score a single basket yet. It's only been McMiller so far, who has 18 points on the day.
As Randy Savljevic at the free throw line gets the first one to fall, as that will be her first free throw attempt this evening. Victoria Renia Savljevic, a 5'7" first year from Massagno, Switzerland. 75% free throw shooter from the stripe before those two attempts, and she got both of them. 54-45 the score. As Maryland's got it now, Wilson checking back into the game. She puts it up. That's off the front of the rim. Swatted around there underneath the basket as Maryland comes down with yet another rebound. Poffenbarger's got it. Cross pass to Walker, went off her fingertips and out of play.
Yeah, Maryland's lucky to retain possession here as McLean just wasn't able to handle that pass.
Walker with possession now over to Garzone. Garzone over to, takes it herself, excuse me, as the shot clock was winding down. Foul called there.
Yeah, it looks like the foul is going to go against Penn State. Tough call there for Penn State as they thought they got a stop. However, it's just back in the hands of Maryland's offense, who's been killing them here in the second half.
Yeah, McFadden, that was her fourth foul call. She's in trouble with one more. She's out for the night. So Carolyn Keeger recognizes that. She's going to have McFadden take a seat on the bench. As on the inbound will be Garzone. Passes out to Okanwa. A little too much, but she's able to get there before it goes out of bounds over to McLean. Cross pass to Garzone. Garzone weaves over Cleant. In the corner, Mamadou. Over to McLean off the front of the rim. She's off. Okanwa with another rebound. Okanwa spinning, has Merkel behind her, puts it out to Garzone, and gets it to go. Yarden Garzone, after all of that, gets an easy two. 56-45 our score.
Yeah, right now Maryland is killing Penn State on the rebounds. They're up 32 rebounds to Penn State's 18, a main reason why they have this 11-point lead.
As Penn State's got it down low as Merkel, foul called. As we saw in the first half with Merkel is pushing the Terp defenders out of the way as she goes to the basket. And that was eminent there on that possession.
Yeah, but Cam, in the second half, we haven't seen much of Merkel. I mean, Penn State has not been feeding her down low as much as they once were in that first half. Maybe the Maryland defense got a little bit more tight, keeping her contained, but now Merkel has a chance to get her first points of the second half here at the free throw stripe.
Yeah, Merkel having 11 points so far. She's off on the first one. As the Xfinity Center getting loud here. The second one does not go.
Looks like Maryland's going to get charged with the foul, though, after Penn State got the offensive rebound and push in the back. That's Maryland's fourth team with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I believe we'll have a substitution for Penn State. Santana checking back into the game. As Merkel's got it. Over to Clayant. Clayant weaves around Mamadou, finding Merkel down low as Merkel can't get it to go, but foul called once more as Terps are doing all they can to tightly defend Merkel down low, and they just haven't been able to.
Yeah, I mean, Cam, if you're getting her to the line, that is a positive if you're Maryland. You settle for that if she gets it down low at this point in the game, because you know the damage she could do down low in the paint. Send her to the free throw line where it's a little bit more difficult for her to score.
Yeah, Merkel is the second tallest player Maryland has had to play this season. A few weeks ago, they had to guard 6'7" Lauren Betts out in Pasadena, and they couldn't figure it out. But they're doing a fairly good job with Merkel. You know, as you said, a positive, just sending her to the line, but limiting her scoring to just 11.
Yeah, she's 0 for 4 now from the line, and that fourth shot just looked like it had no confidence on it.
Okanema loads it up. She can't get it to go. As Clayant has it over to Santana. It's blocked. Maryland out and running. Okanema 1v1 to Mamadou. Back to Okanema. Spins in the paint, puts it up, can't get it to go. McLean comes down with the rebound. Over to Okanema in the paint with the left hook. It's off. Penn State coming down with it. Merkel with the rebound. McMiller gives a shoulder to McLean in the corner. Penn State, good. That was McMiller for a three-pointer for the Lady Lions. Just under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Maryland's going to draw it up once more, and she's got it. That's Mira McLean.
Yeah, McLean loves that shot. A step inside the three-point line. That long two, it's been money for her tonight.
Yes, it has. Merkel down low, and she gets it to go.
I mean, that's a beautiful pass there from McMiller, just feeding it into the basket of Merkel.
Maryland has it now. Poffenbarger over to McLean. To Mamadou. Cross pass to Okanema for three off the rim. And Penn State out and running. McMiller all alone is Clayant down low. Clayant to the basket. She misses as Maryland's got it. 35 seconds to play as a whistle called. Substitutions for the Terps checking in. Rainey Wilson on the other side for Penn State. It's Victoria Renis Savljevic checking in for the Lady Lions.
Yeah, 5 seconds separate the game and shot clock here. 35 seconds left to go in the third quarter. As Addie Mack comes back into the game for Maryland. Coming in for Ozzy Mamadou.
Maryland's got it. Just under 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. 58-50 our score. Maryland out in front. Walker at midcourt. She has a decision to make. She's going to pass it off to Wilson. Wilson with 11 on the shot clock. Out to Mack to her left. Mack beyond the arc. 10 seconds to go. Over to Walker. Foul called.
Oh, that's a big foul there. Now Maryland has a chance for the final shot. They only have 3 seconds left on the shot clock. As Garzone's going to check in here for McLean. So with 8.7 seconds, Maryland can run up a play here, try to get a final shot off.
As Garzon will inbound to Wilson with 6 seconds on the shot clock, and that was just an errant shot there as Penn State will get possession.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Wilson knew that the shot clock was off there. She kind of forced that one up. So there's 2.5 seconds here. Maryland will retain possession because of the foul. So let's see what they do.
Maryland has it, and the horn sounds as Maryland will head into the fourth quarter with a 58-50 advantage. We'll take a quick break from inside the Xfinity Center. We'll be back.
Before we get started with the fourth quarter here at the Xfinity Center, our sideline reporter Owen Korzak has some notes.
Exactly what helped them pull away a little bit.
Game, but if
Play how they did, they walk away with a win. But I think that they're just trying to get this game out of reach for Penn State. If they can keep have a chance to get some of the younger players in, get the stars out, especially Sayla Poffenbarger and Addie Mack, who have been dealing with injuries this season, but they've certainly looked like they're returning to form. And it's been a very, very good third quarter, and the fourth quarter is underway.
Fourth quarter here. McMillan with it already, driving inside. Air balls the layup. Maryland trying to push. Mack has it. Gets double teamed in the corner, gets it back out. Now Poffenbarger. Poffenbarger driving. Right side, gets it to a wide open Mack in the corner, can't hit. Fight for the loose ball. Maryland gets it back. It's Okinawa. Now Garzone gets it over to Mack. Reset shot clock. Down low, Mamadou tries to find Garzone as it goes out of bounds. With 7 seconds on the shot clock, Maryland will retain it. As Owen said, that 16-2 run Maryland had in the third quarter was huge to the reason they have this 8-point lead. Mamadou down low gets her shot blocked by Merkel as it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Penn State. So with 2.5 seconds, Maryland will have a third opportunity to get a shot. Garzone inbounding, finds Mack. Matt's gonna have to put it up. She does and gets it to go at the buzzer. Addie Mack with the tough shot to give Maryland a double-digit lead, 60-50 here in the fourth. Down low now, Merkel has it in her spot, but she's denied. Ozzy Mamadou gets Merkel from behind, as that's going to hype up the crowd a bit here in the fourth quarter. Clayant trying to make some space here. Down low, the shot's no good for Randy Salvilich. It's now Mack the other way, finds Mamadou. Beautiful bounce pass down low on the left block. And just like that, Maryland's now up by a dozen, 62-50.
Watch them show.
They have really good. Last two possessions were amazing for them. They just got to keep it going up by 12.
And it looks like the call here may have been a 3-second violation from Penn State. So it'll be Maryland basketball. So Maryland with it, with 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Mack finds Garzone, right wing. Garzone looking around, Poffenbarger now, top of the key, over to Okanawa. Okanawa to Mack. Mack pump fakes, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Okanawa now left wing, driving baseline, gets it stripped away, loses it. Maryland regains possession, however. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Poffenbarger is going to have to make a move. She gets it stripped. However, she gets fouled with 2.3 seconds on the shot clock. And Cam, she was at the logo when that foul occurred.
Yeah, she was able to. That would have been crazy. Came off there, but luckily, not luckily, but Penn State had good vision and was able to foul her to 2.5 there.
So Garzone with it, left wing. Picks up her dribble. Down low, Poffenbarger now. One more Mack. Mack goes up strong. Can't get the basket to fall. However, she was fouled in the act and will head to the line to shoot 2. So Addie Mack's been picking it up here in the second half, scoring-wise and passing-wise, setting her teammates up. As this Maryland team, Cam, has looked like a completely different team in the second half.
Yes, they have. Picking up the pace in the second half, and they're getting their shots to fall as Addie Mack gets the first free throw to fall. For her, that puts her scoring total up to 8 points on the night.
Mack's second shot is good. So it's now a 64-50 game. Maryland leads it. McMiller being guarded by Mack. Gets it over to Clayant. Clayant on the left side with the cross-court vision. Gets it over to Santana for the right corner 3. She nails it as she gets the steal. Santana pulls up right wing. That one's going to be off. McMiller skies in for the rebound there. Looks like she committed the over-the-back foul on Poffenbarger. So it'll be going Maryland way. But right there, that was almost disaster for Maryland as Santana was able to get the steal on the inbounds pass. However, Maryland dodges a bullet as the score remains double digits, 64-53. Your Terps lead. So Mack, top of the key, gets it over to Okanawa. Now Poffenbarger right over to Mack. A lot of ball movement here for Maryland. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Poffenbarger pulls up, left wing, too strong. Now Clayant the other way. Driving on Mack, picks up her dribble, kicks it out. McMiller's shot, no good. Rebound Poffenbarger. Maryland looks to push. Mack behind the back, finds an open Poffenbarger. She pump fakes, takes the midi, can't hit, gets her own miss, goes up with the reverse and hits.
Poffenbarger, she knew the first shot didn't go in. She read it well. She cleaned up her own mess with a reverse layup and got it to go.
Maryland now up 13 with 6 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Clayant with it. being guarded by Okinawa. Cleon with the tough layup, can't get it to fall. Second chance, no good. Third chance, stripped away by Garzone. Garzone now down court, gets it to Poffenbarger. Garzone gets it right back. Her three, buttered!
Garzone is on a heater tonight.
Guarding Garzone, the player who just scored her 1,500th point, has been killing it as she has 14, 4 for 6 from 3. As Penn State needs a timeout. Some notes here from Owen.
Yeah, and as I talked about after the break, or after the third quarter ended, Maryland picking up right where they left off as they find themselves finally back in familiar territory, up 16 points here against Penn State. Yarden Garzone is taking over the second half. She has 14 points, and she is 4 for 6 beyond the arc. She has been the biggest reason why the Terps are able to pull away in this second half, and she's really taken out all of the life of the Lady Lions. We saw in the third quarter, when she made that first three with about 8 minutes to go in the third quarter, that was really the momentum shift for Maryland. They followed that up with another three-pointer from Sarah Poffenbarger, and then a Lucio Conwa, just relentless finish to the rim. And that gave Maryland an 8-0 run. That's when Penn State called a timeout, and then the Terps went on another 8-2 run after that. This quarter has been all Terps. They came up into this fourth quarter, up 8 points. Now they find themselves up 16. This is exactly what Terps fans were looking for.
Yeah, and you said that perfectly. Yarden Garzone has been having herself a second half here. 4 for 6 from 3. With 14 points on the night. And really this whole second half, Cam, has been a completely different team.
Yes, it has.
Oh, wow. Cam, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I mean, a half-court shot winner.
I mean, I was here a few weeks ago on the call with our good friend Peter Kelly in the game against Indiana, and that did happen, so I have seen it in person, but just to see it 2 times in the season was incredible.
I mean, that's electric. Get him on the team.
Exactly.
Who is that kid?
I am not sure if they pulled him from the crowd or he's an athlete here at UMD. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, he knew how to hit a half-court shot, and he finished it off strong. This crowd erupted. T-shirt toss underway now. They're handing out pink T-shirts as it's Play for K night. As we all know, Play for K in honor of NC State head coach Kay Yao, who unfortunately passed away due to because of breast cancer in 2009. The NCAA women's basketball teams in the Division I level all have a Play for K day, and tonight is Maryland's turn as they're able to host Play for K night inside their building, and it was a really good gesture by the Terps on Saturday in Lincoln. They wore these same jerseys that they're wearing tonight in honor of Kay Yao in Lincoln on Saturday, and just a nice gesture all around by Coach Freeze and her staff.
So coming out the timeout, Penn State will have possession. Maryland leads it 69-53 as Cleon has it, being guarded by Mack on that left wing. Cleon tries to bounce it down low. That one's almost stripped away. Foul was called, however, on Okinawa. And right now, Maryland has all the momentum.
Yes, they do. 69-53 our score.
Oh, it looks like they called it an offensive foul there. So that one's going on number 14, Amaya Evans. Since that's Penn State's 15th foul, Okinawa is going to be headed to the free throw line. Merkel comes back into the game, replacing Cleon. Penn State looking for some offense here, as things really slowed down for them here in the second half. So Okinawa, her first shot at the line is good. Okinawa's second shot's up, and it's good. Perfect at the line. to make it an 18-point Terps lead, 71-53.
15 points for Okinawa tonight.
As McLean comes in to replace Okinawa. As now McMiller has it. McMiller trying to use some magic. Behind the bag, driving down low, gets the scoop, let it go with the right hand. Tough move there from McMiller.
That was a good finish there by McMiller. She now has 23 on the night.
So McMiller, the leading scorer here for Penn State. As Garzone has it, being covered by McMiller on the left wing. Mack now top of the key, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Mack driving, puts up the floater, gets it off the glass to make it back to an 18-point Terps lead. And on the other end, Mamadou goes into the stands trying to get the steal. Good hustle there from her.
Yes, Maryland now up 18 as they're looking to close this one out. 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
And what do we have here? It looks like a technical foul was called. I'm not sure what just happened there, Cam. Maybe some taunting from Maryland. Yeah, the refs decided to call the technical, so it's going to be McMiller at the line to shoot.
I think Yarden Garzone made a move towards the Penn State bench that the refs caught, and that was the tech. It was on Garzone, and we'll have to see here.
So some stoppage here in the second half as McMiller is going to be at the line. Try and add on to her terrific night. McMiller has 23, shooting 10 for 18 from the field, 60% from three. As she's been Penn State's offense here in the second half, Merkel has just disappeared this whole second half, Cam.
Yes, she has, and there's one reason Penn State is, being down by 18.
Sideline, hit the ball out of the out-of-bounds player's hands, which is a technical foul. So we have 2 shots. And,
So from what the ref said, Garzone hit the ball out of McMiller's hands on the inbound. So I understand where the technical comes from after that explanation, as McMiller hits the first technical free throw. She'll have one more. The shot's up and good. So 25 points now for McMiller. As it's going to be Penn State ball. Santana's the one inbounding. Maryland still leads it 73-57 with 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. So McMiller has it. Right corner three's up. No good. Rebound Penn State as Evans tracks it down. Now McMiller wants to slow things. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Evans trying to set a screen. She does, left side. McMiller gets the switch. Pulls up for three. No good. Another offensive rebound for Penn State as McMiller has it and scores. So 3 opportunities there for Penn State as they finally get the third one to fall, making it 73-59. Terps still lead.
Yeah, that's something the Terps can't let happen. They cannot get a player three. They cannot let a player have 3 opportunities down low.
So Poffenbarger loses her handle for a minute, gets it back over to Garzone. Garzone now to Mack. Mack trying to make a move on Santana. Gets 2 defenders to jump. The turnaround fade, no good. As there's a foul called on Maryland. It looks like that one's going against McLean. As it'll be Penn State ball with 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Sounds like Iziazi Mamadou is the one who's charged with the foul. So that's her second personal. Maryland only has 2 team fouls here in the fourth quarter. As Clayant has it. Clayant bringing it up. Playing the guard position here for Penn State. Clayant gets a screen from Merkel. Now has Mamadou on her. Finds Miller down low. Her pull-up shot, no good. Now, it looks like Maryland's going to call the timeout here. So with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go, Maryland leads it 73-59. I'm Mac Bailey, joined alongside Cam Crossett and Owen Korzak. You're listening to WMUC. We'll be right back. So coming back from the timeout, Maryland has possession as Mack has it. Sloan has scored just a bit for Maryland over the last minute. However, they still lead by a big margin, 73-59. As Okinawa has it. Okinawa with 3 seconds, driving into 2 defenders, kicks out to Mack from the free throw line, gets it to go. Addie Mack now in double digits with 11, as it's a fight for the inbound pass, and it's going to be going Maryland way as they have possession after the jump ball. So right now, everything going right for Maryland.
Good pass, good vision by Okinawa. She recognized Mack all alone. She knew she had a much better chance of getting the shot to fall than herself. So once again, good vision by Okinawa.
So Garzone, top of the key, 3, lets it rain. Yarden Garzone adds to her total. Now 5 3-pointers for her on the night, as Maryland is shooting the roof down. On the other end, McMiller's blocked by Ozzy Mamadou, and right now, Cam, it looks like Maryland has it.
Yeah, Maryland putting the finishing touches on this one. Up by 19 late in the fourth quarter. Ozzy Mamadou said, "Not in my house," as she blocked that one. Got up and climbed the ladder to deny the Penn State opportunity.
So inbound passes into Merkel, who nearly gets it stripped away. They're going to call the jump ball, so it's going to be staying the Lady Lions' way. So Santana inbounding over to Merkel. Merkel being guarded by Mamadou. Tries to hand it off to McMiller as a foul is going to be called. Looks like that one's going to be on Walker.
Maryland foul number 8, Kendall Walker. That's her second personal, third team foul.
So Maryland 2 away from being in the bonus. Inbound passes into Santana. Santana with the spin on Mack, trying to drive down low. Nearly gets it stolen away, but turns it over. Walker, the other end, gets it blocked by McMiller as they call it out of bounds, stay Maryland way. But once again, great defense here for Maryland. That is their 16th steal.
Yeah, Maryland all over the Lady Lions tonight, especially in the fourth quarter.
So Maryland gets it in. Mack has it. Top of the key. The turnover numbers for Maryland have been down this whole second half. They've only had 4 compared to the 10 turnovers they had in the first half. Walker now has it. Getting to the other side. Now Garzone driving baseline on the right side. Cross-court pass. Poffenbarger. Left wing 3 short. Rebound goes to Merkel. And oh my goodness. big foul here from Merkel as 2 Maryland players are down. Looks like Walker and Mamadou hit the ground hard.
It appeared that Merkel shoved the basketball into the 2 defenders' face, as Mamadou went down first and then Walker went right down with her.
Cam, this is probably going to get reviewed for a flagrant, as that's not a basketball play. You can't fling your arms like that around,
No.
trying to get your defenders off of you. So looks like Mamadou's all right. Walker with a little bit of a tendon. She was able to get up on her own, however. So good sight here for the Maryland fans.
Is a foul on Maryland number 9. Under review is a potential
So they're actually calling it on Mamadou, which very confusing as to why, because Mamadou fell to the floor first as Merkel's arms were weaving and flailing under the basket as Mamadou, as the first one to go down. She was not happy. She was going towards the ref. She was being pulled back by a few members of the Terps staff, as just showing it up top here in the Jumbotron in the Xfinity Center, as it was clear that Merkel put her right elbow into the face of Mamadou and Walker fell down with her.
I mean, if you have 2 defenders falling on one elbow, I feel like that's a flagrant.
stands, and then we also have a flagrant 1 on Penn State number 44.
So it sounds
Any
like
player for Maryland will shoot 2 shots.
Mamadou will be charged with the foul. However, the flagrant 1 was called on Merkel, so it's going to be Garzone taking the 2 shots. But it will be Penn State possession after these 2 shots. Cam, what do you think?
I mean, there's some positives to take away from that call, but also some negatives, right? Because, foul on Mamadou, that, she really didn't do anything, but the refs think otherwise, as Garzone has a chance to make this a 20-point ball game, and she does.
Yeah, biggest lead tonight for Maryland, as with 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the 4th, they're up by 20. Garzone's second shot is true. Garzone's been having herself a terrific night, now with 19 points.
A flagrant 1 foul was also called on Penn State's number 44, Gracie Merkel. That's her first personal.
So Merkel is now out of the game. Looks like she got replaced for Evans. Maryland will have it. 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Mack being guarded by Cleont. Mack with the ISO right now, trying to drain as much time as she can. Mack trying to make a move. Gets it over to Garzone. Garzone now trying to get something to go. She can't find anything. It's now Williams who drives in, gets fouled. As Williams newly checked in. She's a forward, redshirt freshman for this Maryland team, and she's at the line now to shoot 2, a chance for her to get on the board.
Returning to Penn State, number 44, Gracie Merkel.
As you hear it from the fans, clearly not a fan favorite here in Maryland, as Merkel checks back in. So Brianna Williams will have 2 shots at the free throw stripe, as the first one a little too strong as it rims out.
Yeah, Maryland fans aren't too pleased with that occurrence a few minutes ago, but Williams is going to capitalize on some free throws and make this an 81-59 game.
So with 1:35 to go, Maryland leads it by 21. For the moment, as McMiller gets the right-handed floater to go for an and 1. And McMiller's been having herself a night. She has 29, a chance to get that 30 mark.
Yes, and if she does get 30, we'll see in this free throw attempt, but if that does happen, that will be her 3rd consecutive 30-point game for McMiller.
The shot's up, and it's nothing but net. 30 points for McMiller. As we're seeing a bit of a press here, Maryland does a good job to break it in the backcourt. Now has a cross half court Looks like they're just going to try to take as much time off as possible. Garzone with it. Left wing. Now Mack. Mack decides not to shoot the three, but steps in to the mid-range, can't hit. A minute and 2 seconds to go here in regulation.
1 minute remaining.
As McMiller has it. McMiller trying to get into her bag. She pulls up. It's going to be far right. As a rebound is Boyko. See what Maryland decides to do here. They may dribble out the shot clock as there's 40 seconds to go, or try to get some more points on the board. As Mack drops her defender there, kicks out, right corner three, well off.
Yeah, that Penn State defender's going to need a new pair of shoes after that one, Mack.
Yeah, a bit of razzle-dazzle there from Mack as McMiller goes up, can't hit. As the shot clock's turned off, 15 seconds left. As Maryland has the lead, 81-62, they're going to dribble out this shot clock. And that's going to do it here from the Xfinity Center as your Maryland Terps beat the Penn State Lady Lions 81-62. I'm Matt Bailey, joined alongside Cam Crossett and Owen Korzak. We thank you for listening. You're listening to WMUC, and we'll see you next time.
Just one point to touch on. This is the Terps' third consecutive win. As you know, they had that rough stretch out west against UCLA, against Oregon, against Washington. Those West Coast teams gave them a ton of issues, especially here inside the Xfinity Center. But this is a good way to cap things off on Play for K night and just an all-around team win, an 81-62 win, a 19-point win. Maryland got it going right from the jump, and they continued it. They played good defense down the stretch. They limited Penn State's second leading scorer, Gracie Merkel, to, I believe, just 11 points tonight. They did have a difficult job trying to defend Kaomi McMiller as she had a 30-point outing, but overall the Terps did a great job tonight, and they look to continue it as a tough road test on Sunday at Ohio State with a number 9 ranked team on the road. Ohio State came into this building a few weeks ago and was able to head back to Ohio with a victory. So we'll see what they can do on Sunday. But as Max said, we thank you so much for tuning in alongside Owen Korzak, Matt Bailey. I'm Cam Crossett. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next time as Maryland will play the Purdue Boilermakers on February the 22nd. Have a great night, everybody, from the Xfinity Center. Cam Crossett signing off.